Hey, Frank, when the energy flipped and the defense and everything picked up in the second quarter, was that just organic, or was there anything specific that you saw lead to the play change?
Well, I think we got down, in a game that we know we had to win, that we should win with the amount of guys that they had out. And, we knew that they gave the Clippers a problem, 2 nights ago. So, I think the fact that we got down and, I think Avery Bradley's defensive tenacity, during that stretch set a tone for the rest of the group to get a lot of deflections. Anthony, on the backside was a little bit of a recipient of us speeding up their offense and, cleaning things up at the rim. And, that was a great stretch for our team, for our season, and, to see us be able to take over a game like that, is always a positive sign.
Frank, we've heard some consistent themes this season about encouraging AD to shoot more from the outside, maybe diversifying the place on the court where he gets the ball. Just his total offensive package, what can you say about that tonight?
He scores in a variety of ways. He's a threat in a variety of ways, and we are, continuing to wind him up from the three-point line to be aggressive in those situations. And, one of the best plays of the night was, the defender, I think it was Mike Scott, racing out to Anthony after he knocked down 2 threes, and just the lane being wide open, and he goes and tears the rim down. That's why we shoot threes with Anthony. Just to carry that threat, and then he brings gravity to everybody else attacking the paint. And if we can do that, and have his length and another 7-footer out there on the defensive end, we can, have our cake and eat it too, so to speak. We have the offensive spacing and we have the defensive length we need, to reach our highest level. So that's an important part. But he was great in every way. He settled, I think, on his first 2 post-ups, and the rest of the night it was about getting to the basket and with his drives too. So just a complete performance, a great performance, and big key to the win.
Coach, when you're playing a team that is missing players, sometimes it seems like maybe the team's playing down to the competition. But I think, could it be more that they may just not have that kind of experience with those players? You as a coach may not know. You may not have coached against Shake Milton in a big role before, something like that. Am I onto something there? Is that reasonable, or is it just...
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go in. It's never an automatic win when you have guys out, and... it starts with your human nature of, playing a weakened opponent. It carries on to the fact that the other team is going to have guys in there that, have opportunities that they don't normally have. So they're going to play with great energy and show their skill set. And then, like you alluded to, the familiarity piece is real, and it takes a little while to get accustomed to the guys that you're guarding, that you're, that isn't a 10-year vet that you've been playing. All his strengths, his tendencies and all those types of things. And, we watch tape and we show them tape, of what it looks like, but it sometimes takes a little while, like tonight, to feel out those tendencies. So I think there is something there.
Frank, you've obviously known that LeBron has been a guy that, come this time of year, knows to ramp things up, knows the stakes are differently. AD hasn't really been in that situation much in his career. Have you seen any difference in approach or willingness to accept opportunity in him now that the stakes are higher than they've ever been for him? Well,
the stakes are higher now, all season long for him, and I think he understands what we have the ability to do this year, the work that's required and, the mindset that's required. And I think you've seen a little bit of a different Anthony Davis this whole season, than we've seen in his prior stop in New Orleans. I don't know if it's different today than it's been most of the season. I think ultimately I think we're going to see it when we get to the playoffs. We're still in an 82-game grind, and we're coming down the stretch, but I think you're going to see it most in the playoffs.
Frank, what's a good deep three for LeBron, and what's a bad one? And does it cut down to make miss, or how do you?
Yes. Correct. When it goes in, it's a good one. And if it doesn't, it's a bad one. It's easy coaching here, Piece of cake.
Piggybacking off of what Dan said, I'm curious, how much do you think Anthony Davis has learned from LeBron and learned in terms of following in his footsteps with playoffs approaching about how to approach this time of the season?
Yeah, I think LeBron has had an instrumental, an important effect on Anthony's growth. Anthony's a player in his prime that can do it all. But to be around LeBron on a day-to-day basis, to see how he works, to see how he prepares, to see his mind, and how he dissects a game, before it even starts with the preparation and the film work, his mindset to play through things, all these things I think have, been great for Anthony to be around, and have made him already, that much stronger. And these are things that. Lessons and experiences that he'll carry with him throughout the rest of his career.